Well, Pat freaks out, obviously, and the people who are responsible for this are standing right there in the green room. So he takes off. He calls the police to report the stabbing. The bar manager, a guy by the name of Gabe, played by Macon Blair. By the way, I think if Zach Galifianakis and Carson Daly had had a baby, this is what it would look like.
No, you nailed that.
This is Opening Kill. The following program contains mature content, explicit language, and detailed discussion of on-screen deaths. Spoilers are unavoidable. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is episode 64 of Opening Kill. I'm Brian O'Connor.
And I am the always delightful Michael Duran, reporting for duty.
Well, we've got a perfect film to report on. Well, maybe not perfect, but pretty scary. Anyway.
Scary, timely, all the things. Oregonian.
Oregonian.
However you would say that.
We're always making fun of films that, claim to be set in Oregon and they aren't. This one actually is.
Filmed in, it takes place in and was actually filmed in. And you can tell it looks the part.
This is definitely Oregon. Of course, we are talking about the 2015 film Green Room. So that is the movie we're going to break down. Thank you to all of our new listeners and our new video version viewers on YouTube. Great to have everybody on board with us.
Yeah. We like talking about movies. So whenever we have an audience, that's perfect. So keep doing that,
Absolutely.
Guys. You're killing it. You're doing your job.
So what did you see this week? Anything interesting?
I actually saw two things. One of them is super new. It had just premiered at South by Southwest and then immediately dropped on, I think it was Amazon. It was called Pretty Lethal. This one is very fun. It is kind of like Green Room, ironically, but with ballerinas. So what happens is this troupe of ballerinas, they're traveling, their bus breaks down and they get stuck in this hotel, but this hotel is a very shady place with some shady people, lots of drugs, violence coming in and out of it. They get tangled up within that and then they get stuck in the situation and have to fight their way out. But it's really cool. They utilize the ballerinas really well because to be a ballerina, you have to be strong and you have to be able to put up with a insane amount of pain, especially when your feet and all this stuff. So once these girls kind of buckle down and they're like, okay, it's time to fuck shit up, they do, and they do it in such cool ways. The kills here are very creative. Their fighting is so cool because they're using ballerina moves. It's a blast of a movie. It is very similar to Green Room, so it is kind of ironic that I'm talking about it right now, but it's a lot more fun than Green Room, if that kind of makes sense. The vibes are definitely higher in Pretty Lethal. So Pretty Lethal, definitely recommend it. It's streaming. I think it is on Amazon. It's Amazon or Hulu that it dropped on, but I like it. Has Uma Thurman in it, so it's got some star power.
Nice.
And so much fun. So Pretty Lethal. Saw that one.
Very cool. I actually saw a couple of movies this week. I saw my friends Jareth and Mac went with me to go see Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. And in fact, they just texted me and said, hey, we're going to go see it again tonight. Would you like to come with us? I'm like, well, no, I have a podcast to record and other things, so I can't drop that and just go see it again. I would see it again because it was that good.
Hell yeah.
Catherine Newton and Samara Weaving make such a kick-ass duo. I mean, they're just amazing. Sarah Michelle Gellar was fantastic. It literally picks up right from the end of the first film. And honestly, I liked this one better than the first one. And I loved the first one, but I thought it was super well done.
Yeah, because I think the first one is even a 5-star movie to you. So if you like this one even more than that, that's pretty fucking impressive.
This was a 6-star movie.
Just keep on tacking on stars.
And you will be excited to know that I also went to the theater the other night and saw Scream 7. and
Yes.
loved it.
Yes.
So,
Okay. I'm so glad you did because I think it's getting,
yeah.
I understand the hate it's getting. I understand it, especially with the behind the scenes stuff. Totally justified. But as a movie standalone on itself, I really like it. And I think it's
Yeah.
really good. I loved seeing Sydney as a mom. I thought all those scenes were so cool. And I like
Yep.
how they like, not to get into spoiler territory here, but like, I like that they took a different route than like the final girl turned mom that usually does. Like usually they're like
Hmm.
loaded up on guns and like you're gonna be afraid of all this and I'm gonna prepare you for this. And in this one, she took a very different route
Yeah.
with her parenting style, and I thought that was really an interesting way to explore it. So
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm glad you did too.
I did too. And I not to give away spoilers, but you do see Stu in this one. I won't tell you how you see Stu in this one, but I thought it was brilliant.
Mhm.
And probably one of my favorite movies in the franchise. So
Cool. That
a
nice.
lot of fun. A lot of fun
Yeah,
watching that.
yeah. It's definitely. I don't know exactly where it falls in my ranking, but it's not at the bottom. That's for sure.
Right.
It's
What
really
is your
good.
least favorite Scream movie?
Scream 5.
5.
Scream
Okay.
5 is my least favorite. And then it gets tricky after that because like, and I still do like Scream 5, but there is a vast difference between Scream 5 and the rest of them to me.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Nice. Well, let's jump into Green Room.
let's do it. Just the facts. Let's start with that. Written and directed by Jeremy Saulnier, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Um, Release date was April 15th, 2015. It's got a runtime of 95 minutes. It is rated R with filming locations in Oregon, including the Portland and Astoria area and the Mount Hood National Forest. Really good cast. It's got Callum Turner, Joe Cole, Aaliyah Shawkat, Sir Patrick
Sir
Stewart,
Patrick Stewart.
and
Yeah.
Imogene Poots and Anton Yelchin. Budget is kind of a little bit surprising to me. $5 million budget, only made $4 million back. Uh, it was a small movie, I get it, but it's so good. I wish it would have been very successful. Did get some awards. Got the Chainsaw Award for Best Makeup and Special Effects at the 2017 Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. Got the Audience Award for Horror and Sci-Fi at the Austin Fantastic Fest, and there was other wins and nominations as well. The tagline: "One way in, no way out."
Holy shit.
Which, and that is definitely the case here.
Yeah, I wonder why it didn't do better at the box office. It is a dark movie, to be sure. And, maybe that had something to do with it,
I
but
mean,
it's,
I don't think it was marketed at all because, like, I'm a horror fan and I saw it on Hulu after it was out. Like, I'd never heard of it, so
oh, okay.
I think that definitely probably played into it because I would have gone and seen it in theaters, but I didn't know about it.
Right, right. If you've not seen it, it's about a punk rock band that is forced to fight for survival after witnessing a murder at a neo-Nazi skinhead bar. And boy, this is just a nasty place.
Dude, yeah, I would
I
have.
mean,
I
the
would have
place
left
it
as soon as we got there.
oh my God, yeah. I mean, it just the venue itself scared me before anything even got started here.
Yeah,
So, you
just
know,
the marquee with the some of the other bands written on it. I was like, that scares me a
right,
little bit. One of them's called
right.
like Cowcatcher.
Yeah, that's like one of the headlining bands that's
Hmm.
there.
That
And
causes all this
so,
trouble.
yeah. So our little band, they're called the Ain't Rights, and barely holding things together. It's a 4-piece punk band, and they're basically grinding through a rough Pacific Northwest tour. They sleep in their van. They're stealing gas because they can't afford gas, right? So they're siphoning all this gas from other vehicles. They're playing half-empty rooms for just
Mm.
enough cash to make it to the next stop. So our band members are Pat, who is Anton Yelkin, Sam, played by Aaliyah Shawkat, Reese, who is Joe Cole, and Tiger, who is Callum Turner. They're used to things going wrong in their lives, but I would say probably not quite like this.
Yeah, I know quite a few musicians, struggling musicians, and they get very used to things going wrong. So they're a sturdy, resilient group for sure. And these the Ain't Rights are no exception to that.
Yeah.
They I love this part that when they meet these local radio host. His name's Tad, I believe.
Yeah.
And he got them this interview and that plays on the radio, and then he's like, and I got you a show. But the show is a complete disaster. And to kind of like make up for it, he's like, hey, I have a cousin hooked you up with a guest spot at this bar. He does warn him. He's like, I don't remember exactly how he words it, but I guess that's like a code word for it's a skin head joint.
Right.
He's like, but my cousin's not like that. It's okay. Like it'll be just like stick with him. You'll be fine. And I don't know about you, Brian. I don't think I would have gone at that point. That would have scared me.
You just say the word skinhead bar, and I'm like,
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, we're broke, we're poor, we have no gas, but we'll figure out another gig, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But I don't know if they could, because I think it paid pretty well for a opening act bar, an opening act at a show. So they kind of they end up taking it, and it's out in the woods. This bar is so isolated. I am very curious how far out it is, as opposed to, it says it's outside Portland. I would like to know how outside of Portland it is.
I mean, you don't see any other sign of life when you get to this place. They're out in the sticks.
And but Portland kind of is like that. As soon as you're outside, it's the city, and then I don't know, it's for people who've never been to Portland, it's the city, and then as soon as you leave the city, it's a tree. You're in trees now.
You're in the forest, yeah.
You're in the forest. It's kind of really cool. And I do think it's kind of funny that this takes place outside of Portland, because the people of Portland would not put up with skinheads, and they would be out at that bar fucking them up daily.
Oh, the place would have been torched. I mean,
dude, I fucking love Portland people. They don't put up with shit.
Keep Portland weird, you know? So yeah, they get there, and I mean, right away, the place gives off horrible vibes. You know, Confederate flags, they got swastikas everywhere, and a crowd that doesn't just dislike them, it wants them gone. And I love the song they start with. It's a song called
They have so much balls for this. Holy shit.
They do. The name of the song is Nazi Punks Fuck Off. And so they start singing this to the Nazis in the audience, which is all of them. And yeah, they start throwing bottles at him. It's hostile instantly.
We learn that he's a member of the upcoming group, but he kind of like walks up to the stage and spits on him, and then walks away. And the best part about this place is right before the show, I forgot to talk about it, but it's so fucking funny to me. The guy who's kind of like he's kind of like the manager of the bar. He's telling like, you can put your gear here, don't put your gear here. The owner is very strict about fire code.
Yeah. Out of everything, right?
Out of everything, don't fuck with fire code in this bar. And we do that joke kind of pays off a little bit later on in the movie with the owner directly. That's why I wanted to point it out here. But
that's
my
great.
gosh,
yeah, it's a fire hazard.
It's a fire hazard. But they are rocking and rolling. They're feeling themselves. And after their initial song of Nazi Punks Fuck Off, they totally win the crowd back over, though.
They do.
Because and that was a cover, and they do say that after, like, that was a cover.
The cover, yeah. Just to make sure that they knew, hey, we didn't write this, you know.
We didn't write it. We stand by it, but we didn't write it.
Well, and kudos to them for actually getting through their set. I mean, they had the balls to get up there and not only open with that song, but just power through the rest of their set.
Yeah, like they're still singing. They're still saying Nazi punks, fuck off, as bottles are just flying by their heads. No, it's crazy. They get through it, but barely. And
barely.
They get through it, and they're starting to grab their shit. Another gentleman's kind of like, okay, here we go, kind of leading them out. But unfortunately, Sam realizes she forgot her phone in the green room. And she sends Pat to go back to grab it. and he walks in on something he was never meant to see and something he cannot unsee, because he sees a girl named Emily dead on the floor, stabbed, and the knife is still in her head. So here we go. It is what we do around here.
The opening kill.
Holy fuck, I wasn't used to that being in show.
It is now.
That scared the fuck out of me.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, by the way, that's coming in now.
Oh my God, that was amazing. So yeah, opening kill, here we are. And for
you know
me,
what? It's a butter knife for me.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I just, it's a butter knife. I mean, there's nothing to this kill. I mean, there is a cool scene when they end up pulling the knife out of her head and the blood like trickles all over, but I don't know. I mean, when we did Sleepy Hollow last week, I gave it a butter knife because we didn't see the kill. You argued that because we saw the aftermath and it was really cool that it deserved the butcher knife. This, I don't think, is in the same thing. I just think I wish we'd seen something, but you don't. So for me, it's a butter knife.
Okay. I am going to disagree, and I'm going to make my case here. So I'm going to go butcher knife. And the reason I'm going to go butcher knife is because there's no way this film could have put this kill forward where we would have seen it, because it happens during the set. We're following them. So and that scene, like the impact of walking into that room casually, like, oh, I'm just going to grab the phone, and then being like, oh shit, there's a dead body. And even though, in this specific moment, there's nothing graphic. It's literally just looks like a little knife just in the head. But we do get a scene in a little bit, like you said, when he takes it out. And I think that it's so mean-spirited how he does it and everything that I'm going to give it a butcher, just because it's, I don't know. There's just something about it. It's so shocking to just walk in and see it. And then later on with just the brutality and cruelty of these individuals. I'm going to give it the butcher. And because we couldn't have possibly seen it.
Sure.
So like, I'll give it a pass for that.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to give it a butcher for sure.
Well, Pat freaks out, obviously, and the people who are responsible for this are standing right there in the green room. So he takes off. He calls the police to report the stabbing. The bar manager, a guy by the name of Gabe, played by Macon Blair. By the way, I think if Zach Galifianakis and Carson Daly had a baby, this is what it would look like. Okay. He's a great actor. Yeah. So he, and along with the bouncer, Big Justin, played by Eric Edelstein, they move fast and they grab his phone. The band is locked inside the green room, and they keep telling we just want to figure things out. We're not holding you here. We just got to figure everything out. And they're already putting together.
It's like, he's like, you're not like, we're not keeping you here. You're just staying.
Right. So outside, they're putting together a cover story. They pay one of the skinheads to stab another skinhead so that Gabe can actually call the police back and say, okay, we got disconnected. There was a stabbing, come out. And so that was pretty gnarly too, because there was no hesitation on the part of the skinheads. And one of them, stabbed the other one, not like super deep, but enough to, draw blood for sure.
Think like Billy and Stu in Scream, where they're supposed to like stab each other to make it look realistic. It's kind of like that, except for these people are a little bit more, I guess, I don't want to say professional at it, but they seem to know what they're doing a lot more than Billy and Stu did.
You get the feeling it's not their first rodeo.
It's like, if you need a pretend stabbing, call these two fellas and they're going to hook you up.
Exactly.
Oh, and like, it's funny too, like the Gabe, he's telling him like, it's this much money, but if you serve any time, we'll throw a couple more $100 on top of it.
Yeah, totally. Oh, so now we get to meet the owner of the club, guy by the name of Darcy, who is played by Sir Patrick Stewart. He is so calm and soft-spoken and controlled. He never raises his voice because he doesn't need to, right? And so you've got the band, they're locked in the green room now, and he's talking to them through the door in just this very calm, subdued voice. And that's what's scary and creepy about him. It's just like, ooh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can just tell this dude. I mean, he owns a skinhead bar, so that's the first red flag there with him. But
right.
like, because he's so soft spoken and controlled of everything, you can tell this man is so evil. Like, he is
Oh,
so
gosh.
scary.
Yes, he is. And powerful as far
Mm-hmm.
as the influence he wields and the control he wields. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So we have the band now. They've barricaded themselves inside the green room along with Emily's friend Amber, played by Imogene Poots. Emily's the dead girl.
Mm-hmm.
And they take Big Justin hostage, get his gun from him and a box cutter. And now they're trying to negotiate through the door with Darcy. And every offer comes with strings, and it just becomes this whole back and forth thing. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's pretty tense, actually. And again, without any voices. Well, their voices raise a little bit, but again, Darcy is just cool and collected, doesn't even seem to be phased by this.
Yeah. It's like, oh, murder in my place of business. That's a Tuesday. We're gonna get this figured out.
Yeah,
And it's yeah, like especially the stuff with Big Justin. So they take him hostage, they take his gun, and they're now holding him captive. And Darcy is like, "We need the gun. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's just we don't want it here because it's not registered when the police get here. So we
right.
just don't want it here." That it's. He's like, "Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like, just get rid of it. Everything will be fine." So he's talking to them and trying to get them to do what he wants, and everything he's saying kind of makes sense. You're like, okay, that I guess that could track. But obviously he wants them disarmed for sinister reasons.
You know what? And you bring up a good point, because the way he's talking, you do trust him, or you want to trust him. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you think that he's actually sincere in what he's saying, and that, just the calmness about him. You think that, well, maybe if they just do what he says,
Right.
they'll get released and move on, and everything will be taken care of. It's not the case, but you sure feel that way here during this scene.
Yeah, and they're kind of arguing amongst themselves about what to do. Like they're freaking out as anyone would in this situation. You're trapped in this room with like a dead body. Like,
Right?
and now you've gotten this giant man held captive with a gun that none of them know what they're fucking doing with the guns. Like
No.
they don't know how to shoot someone if like their life depended on it. So they're just such fish out of water in this scenario, and they just want to leave. Like that's what they're telling them. They're like, we could like we're not gonna say anything. Like
Yeah.
just let us go. Like that's all they want to do. They just want to get the fuck out of there.
Well, and Justin is they call him Big Justin for a reason. He's a big
Mm-hmm.
dude. I
He's a
mean,
very big dude.
he's a big dude. So now we get this exchange at the door where they're about ready to open the door and, kind of come out and do what they're going to do. And at the last minute, they see that there are more people standing out there. It's not just Darcy. They're all out there waiting for them.
And more
And so,
importantly,
yeah,
they have red laces. Like, and this is something that Amber sees because Amber is in the community. We'll learn a
yeah,
little bit more about if she really wants to be there later on or not, but she is in the skinhead community. And so she sees red laces, and that means those people have spilt blood for the cause. And
yes,
Darcy specifically asks for only red laces to be there now. He clears out the
right.
bar with every other patron. He's like, only red laces are allowed here. And Big Justin, he has red laces, so he's a dangerous man. But as they're about to do this exchange, Amber looks through this like little grate in the door and sees red laces on either side.
Yeah,
But it is too late.
yeah.
Like they've already opened the door, and this scene
Oof.
is brutal. Oh my
This was
god.
painful to watch.
Yeah.
So
And
Pat,
you don't know the extent of it until it's done because Pat puts his hand through the door to drop off the gun, and you just hear him start screaming in pain.
oh, and I love this because Patrick Stewart tells him, well, don't be careful with it. It was a gift. So don't like damage it when you toss it or drop it or whatever.
Yeah. It's a prized
Yeah.
artifact.
Oh man. Yeah. So his arm basically gets shredded. They attack him. They're trying to pull him through and they're cutting the shit out of his arm. I don't know. You don't really see it. So it's blades or it's obviously blades of some type.
They make a comment. It was machetes.
Machetes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So they finally get him back in and his arm just looks shredded when it gets back in. And so they take some duct tape and, they're wrapping his arm, trying to get him to settle down. Now he's obviously screaming and everything has just gone south just like that. So now they realize, oh, we're not going to be let out of here. This is going to be a fight for our lives, essentially. So yeah. And they start with
the
Big
effects
Justin.
here are crazy. The effects are so crazy on this arm. Like, his hand is barely attached at this point. Like, it's just flopping, and you see these giant just gouges in his flesh. And his performance here is incredible. Like, you feel the pain that he is in. It's gritty. It's grimy.
It really is. It really is. So they've been trying to choke out Big Justin, like, put him in these different holds to get him to pass out. And at one point they do, and then he, starts breathing again and jerks. So they put him back in this hold. In the meantime, Amber takes his box cutter and splits his abdomen open vertically from bottom to top with this box cutter for kill number 2. So
yeah, it's kind of out of nowhere too. Like, they're putting him in the headlock, and then she just does it. You're just like, oh yeah, shit! Like, she's just had enough. She's like, fuck this.
And the reaction was kind of like, I guess it was just disbelief because it wasn't a real big reaction. They were like, oh shit, did she just like
she's
cut
killed
him
that guy.
open? I mean, sure.
I mean,
we also have a few attack dogs that are in this movie as well. And
one of the guys, I think I don't know what his job is within the bar, but he's involved in the community. And Darcy asks him about getting some dogs, and you can see the inner workings of this community. He's like, yeah, I'll get you like extra if one gets hurt, like, or something. Like, he's just throwing money at him, basically being like,
right,
well, we can solve the problem. We understand that one of them might get killed. We'll cover it. Don't worry. And so, this guy gets some guard dogs, and they are gnarly when they get what they're attacking. Good grief.
So they get out of the room eventually, and this is where the first dog goes after Sam. And she's able to fight it off. She's got a microphone with one of those really solid round bases, weighted bases. So between that and now the feedback that this microphone is causing, because they're right next to a speaker, the dog freaks, and he's done a little bit of damage to her, but ends up taking off. They're going to discover too that there is a drug lab in the basement, because they end up going through the floor. They tear up the floor and drop down into this hidden basement, which there's only one way in, and the door is locked from the outside. So that comes into play as well. But at this point right now, this building is pretty much a maze. There's really no clean way out.
Yeah.
And they get into this lab thinking, okay, maybe this is a way out. And then even that path is sealed off with the locked door. So
yeah. So they end up having to make a break for the main club bar area. And that is where Tiger ends up getting killed after a dog rips his throat just completely open. It's brutal. This movie is very, very brutal, very violent, bloody, but it never feels gratuitous in a way. And I don't know how to explain it, because like they never linger on dead bodies. The violence is like immediate. Oh, there it is. And then they kind of move past it, which I think is probably the right call. It's like I don't know, it just gets you that emotional, like it's that emotional impact of that act immediately. And
Hmm.
then they're like, okay, we're not going to just focus on it and we're going to move on to the next thing, which they have to because shit starts going quick.
Boy.
Shit goes south very quickly here. Because
Well,
right after Tiger dies, Reese attempts to flee through the window. And as soon as he lands outside the window, there were skinheads just waiting for him, and they just immediately just hack him with machetes, and you
yeah.
hear every single thwack, and
So
it's
I
ugh.
think during this kill, I was taking notes. I was looking down and didn't see this. And so I was checking some other sources to make sure I got everything right, like I always do. And his kill, I didn't have it listed in my notes. And I'm trying to figure out, well, how the hell did I miss this? And it was about 3/4 of the way through the movie when I realized I was missing a kill. I had to go back, and it took me a while to find this because this kill is, number one, it's subtle. You don't actually see him being killed. You just see
Mhm.
him come out the window, and then they pile on, and and it's pretty savage, even though you don't see it. But yeah, this one I actually had missed and had to go back and look for it, and it did take me a minute.
I mean, yeah, it's quick. It's blink and you miss it.
Yeah. And should say too, with Tiger's kill, they let him just bleed out. He wasn't
Mhm.
dead.
Mm-mm.
And Darcy basically said, let him bleed, because he was still breathing, even though it
Yeah.
was just a matter of time. So that was I don't know. I mean, that was brutal just to leave him the way they did. So yeah.
And it was around this time when Darcy was inside seeing the body. He tells one of his crew to move something because it's a fire code. Like
Yeah, we did get that.
So yes,
Yeah,
so they were back. The band then kind of retreats again to the green room.
right,
And then Darcy comes in and talks to Daniel, who is the cousin who got them the gig.
right,
Uh, and Emily, the girl whose dad died, is his girlfriend. And
right,
so Darcy spins a little tale saying that the ain't rights are who killed her when it in fact was not the case. And Daniel's like, okay, and well then I'm gonna go in there and take care of business.
mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm,
I have to get some revenge on this instance. Um, but so he gets in there, he breaks in, and I feel like Daniel already kind of knew that was bullshit because he gives him a chance to talk, which he would not have if he
right,
fully did not believe it. And they're like, nah, dude, that was fucking Cowcatcher, the fucking psycho Nazi band that they
yeah.
did this.
Guy by the
And that
name of
is
Worm.
Worm, yeah, Worm and Cowcatcher.
Yeah.
And that is where we learn that Daniel and Emily were actually going to be leaving the skinhead movement. And that is why Emily ended up dying, is because Worm killed her because she wanted to leave and
Kind of like Hotel California. You can check in, but you can't check out.
can't check
And
out.
that's
Yeah.
kind of what the story was. Once you're in this club, you don't leave. And if you
I
do,
mean, it's a
this is what
gang
happens to you.
essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, and you see like the amount of violence that happens there. Like, yeah, they can't have people just walking away from it because they've seen fucking
Oh,
murders and crimes being
God,
covered up and all
yes.
this shit. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, so now we're thinking, okay, we might have some hope. Daniel's gonna help him get out. Everything's gonna be fine. But that is
Yeah.
not the case here.
Nope, because Darcy ends up getting into the trunk of Daniel's car and he finds Daniel and Emily's belongings, which indicates to him that, oh, they were planning on getting the hell out of here. And he also finds a baseball bat that he had used in a previous murder that was supposed to have been disposed of and realizes Daniel was going to blackmail him with that. So now everything changes. The dynamics here change. And
Yeah, because
Darcy
they now
realizes
realize, oh shit, the person we just sent in is not on our side.
exactly.
And now we're gonna have to clean this whole mess up. And it's kind of funny because Darcy is very irritated at Zach Galifianakis's look-alike up to this point. But
Yep.
at this moment though, he changes. He's like, "You actually, this fuck up, actually ended up saving all of us because we
Right.
found out about Daniel." And he ends up telling him like he's going to get his red laces or something like that after this. So
Yep. Yep.
now he's just plum tickled pink with him.
Oh, yeah. So Daniel does switch sides, and not for long, though, because he ends up getting his face blown off by a shotgun wielding bartender who is now entered because now Darcy's onto him. So they send people in to go sort this out. So Daniel is actually now kill number 5.
And then immediately after that, Pat steps in and chops the bartender's neck with a giant machete. So right after another, we got kill 6.
Yeah.
And from here, it's just gets a little bit messy. Let's just say that.
And this next one actually surprised me. I didn't think this person was going to die, and she did. It's Sam, one of the main band members here.
Yeah.
And she gets killed by an attack dog.
She does. And this one was sad because I'd only ever seen her in one other movie, and that movie is Deck the Halls with Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito. It's this cute little Christmas movie.
Totally the opposite of this.
Yeah, not very many similarities between those two roles. But yeah, so unfortunately Sam is dead by attack dog. And is there like worse ways to die than by a dog? This sounds awful.
This is just, I think, because it's drawn out. I mean,
yeah,
like with Tiger, he had his neck mauled, but he was still alive, bleeding out. And I mean, that's your windpipe too. So you're either going to suffocate, I would think, or I don't know. It's
with
just
in the own blood. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just a slow death. And same thing here with her. Amber is with her and gets wounded, but she gets away. And then Darcy just thinks, hey, I've won this thing. Let's just stage the rest of this now, make their deaths look like a tragic accident, and we move on. But he's underestimating what is left of the group. So
it's definitely underestimating Amber's just primal rage. Like, this girl is pissed, and rightfully so, but like, she is fucking badass the rest of the way here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's kind of already like, all right, we're gonna move to the next stage of the plan, staging the everything. And they had needed the keys to the Ain't Right's car, which was an issue. But Sam had it, so now that Sam is dead, they were able to get the keys to the car van, and they were going to drive it up the road to one of their houses to start making it look like a break-in or whatever. So that's now that's what they're going to be doing now. But Pat and Amber, they kind of turn the tables on the group. So some of the skinheads return inside the club with some attack dogs. But Pat and Amber create more microphone feedback to freak out the pups. And then they just start picking off Darcy's men one by one. Amber really leading the charge here. She walks up behind one of them. Dude, she's brutal, man. She walks up behind one of them and just slits their throat with a box cover. Just, I love how she just like pushes the body down the hole too, just like not a care in the world about it. She's just like, fuck them. I don't give a shit.
Because Pat has dropped down into the drug lab and he's playing hide and seek with a couple of these guys. And so she stayed up, and it's kind of funny because before the first guy dropped in, he said the other guy told him, no, it wasn't. It was the other guy that dropped in. The one who was staying up above is watching him, and he turns to him and he goes, "This is a trap." And he's like, "No shit, it's a trap, but we still have to go down there and get him." So or get them. They didn't realize that that Amber was still up above and that, Pat was down below. They were split up. So yeah.
Yeah. And then kill number 9 is Amber ends up shooting this guy to save Jonathan. Oh wait, is that right? No, saving Pat. Yeah, so she saves Pat, and she ends up shooting this other skinhead Nazi, and so kills number 8 and 9 are just a couple of no-name loser Nazis, and good riddance. Who cares?
Yeah. And we go back to Gabe, the manager here, the Zach Galifianakis / Carson Daly baby. He even like breaks down now. He surrenders basically,
Yeah,
and
because
says,
he's
"I never thought
cleaning.
it." Yeah,
He's just doing some
that's
cleaning, and
right.
then they pop up out of the hole, and he's
Yep.
like, "Hey, hey
Hey.
guys, we did some things. Everything, it's whatever. My
Yeah.
bad. Can we just be
Yeah.
friends?" Um, and yeah, he completely just surrenders, and you can tell
Right.
like he's one of the guys. You could tell from the bat that right off the bat that his heart maybe wasn't completely in it. Like
Mhm.
he and this confirms it with just how easily he folds. He's like, "Yeah, nah, I
Yeah.
ain't dying for this shit." Like,
Right. Right, exactly. He'd rather go to prison,
yeah,
and everything. So, he leads them to where Darcy and the rest of his men are, where they're staging this, crime scene, if you will, and
hmm
all of the dead bodies are there. They've dragged all these bodies out to this field, and, it's pretty clear that all the neo-Nazis were trying to pin the deaths on this band, the Ain't Rights, and, they have a confrontation. Amber ends up shooting one of the men in the stomach with a shotgun. And then it's just Darcy and a guy by the name of Clark. And
yeah,
Clark lunges at her and she takes him out, shoots him in the chest. And Darcy just walks away from them.
dude, he just like he's staring at him, and then as soon as Clark dies, he just turns around and just starts walking away.
Cool and collected even until
So,
the end.
hmm
I I mean, he doesn't even react to Clark getting
no,
shot, really. I mean, he just turns and walks off.
and
And
he ends up
yeah,
getting shot twice in the back, and then in the leg as well. And then
yep,
he turns around because he has a gun and he's about to then shoot at them when Pat actually he makes the kill shot. He shoots him right in the dome, and
yeah,
that puts down Darcy.
yeah.
But so yeah, that's kill number 12.
And then we have another one which was kind of odd. Um,
Yeah,
we don't even know who it was. It was a male guitarist, musician who I only assume played in the club, but he has committed suicide, and it looks like by a drug overdose. Happened off screen, but you just see him,
hmm
in his chair with the needle and everything else, and that's kill 13. So,
yep.
yeah,
And then
very interesting.
Gabe, yeah, that was a weird one. I don't it felt
Yeah,
kind of random.
it
But
did.
Gabe then was sent to call the police when he finds a phone. So that was his little, I guess, final mission before going to jail. And he does. He follows through. He's like, "We need the police," and
Yep.
that's all we see from him. But I'm assuming he ends up in jail for sure. And Pat and Amber, they are the
Yeah.
the lone survivors. They're sitting there covered in blood, just
Mhm.
waiting for the police. And
And also very kind of a sad, sad, couple of scenes here, a couple of events that happened at the end. During these last scenes, we see one of the attack dogs, who had been
yeah,
drugged earlier, and he's just wandering around. He's still leashed, but he's wandering, walking up and down the road, walking through fields, and he comes towards Pat and Amber, and they immediately pick up the gun thinking, you know, he just walks right by him like there's nothing, like they're nothing. And he goes directly to the body of his owner who's laying there dead and just lays down and puts his little head on his
yeah.
arm. And it was very sad. It's like, what happened here?
Yeah, I mean, the
So
dogs
anyway,
weren't Nazis. They were just owned by
they were just
Nazis.
being controlled by the Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that
Oh,
is a really sad scene. And like the rest of the time, the dogs are like agitated. So they're like growling. And this one, he's just looks kind of borderline cuddly. I'm not going to lie.
yeah.
Like I wanted to
Yeah.
pat his head.
Oh, me too. Definitely.
And that's
Final
kind
kill
of just
count.
the end of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, final kill count ended up being 13, unlucky 13.
hmm
My favorite character was Darcy. Just again, so cool and collected through this whole thing, and just you know, I really, I mean, yeah, he's definitely the bad dude, but favorite character for me.
Yeah, I mean, he's so memorable. Like, just what a performance by Patrick Stewart, and what a unique role for him to take. Like, that's
Yeah,
really interesting. That I remember when I first saw this, I'm like, how the fuck did they get him for this? Like, and how did he agree to do that? Like, he is so good in this role. And like, I was kind
Mhm.
of trying to think back to other roles where he's the bad guy, and I can't really think of any. He's Patrick Stewart. He's the good guy, and
Yeah.
plays a monster in this, and he plays it very, very well. So
Boy.
that, yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. That's a good pick. I think I'm gonna go with Pat though. I really liked him as
Mhm.
in within the band, and then just seeing him just fighting for
Yeah.
his life throughout this movie, especially when he almost gets his hand and arm just chopped off, and he still is able to fight through till the end. And I just really like that aspect of him. So
Yeah.
Pat's my favorite.
What was your favorite kill?
I mean, probably Darcy. It was just satisfying to see him finally eat it, and the headshot it's
Oh,
you see it, so like,
yeah.
it's violent.
Oh, man. It is. I agree. I think Darcy's kill was my favorite one. It was pretty graphic and
Yeah.
not not those types of kills don't always read. This one was like, "Oh, yeah, that looks
Hmm.
real."
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we grow
Um,
up in a time where you can see gunshot deaths online, sometimes against your will, and this one
yeah.
it looked real. So
Yep. It did. It did. I think my favorite scene was this finale in the forest. There's just a lot of great things going on here. Plus, great shot of Mount Hood in the
yeah.
background for a brief moment. So,
Hmm.
right there, okay, this really was filmed in Oregon, just outside of Portland. So finally, a movie that claims to be set in Oregon is actually filmed in Oregon. So pretty cool.
Seeing Mount Hood was really cool
Yeah.
in that last scene. It's cool. That's a good pick.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to pick a scene because once they get to the bar, it kind of feels like one big scene because it's all just that, like, basically in that one room. Uh, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with. I think my favorite scene is just from the time they get just the entire green room section. Like they're
Okay.
just trapped in that room. It's just so tense. Everything about it is just tense and claustrophobic. And for me, it's definitely the highlight of that movie when they realize just how truly fucked they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. How screwed are we? So I had to think about this for a while. And I think I probably would have been a little bit more methodical in my approach to escape. I mean, obviously, being in the moment there, you react differently. I felt they were a little bit impulsive in some of the things that they did. I think I probably would have been able to find a better way and a better time to get out. That's just me. So I probably would have been able to get away, I would think.
Damn.
But then I think about, well, you've got the dogs too. If you get out,
Hmm.
they can release the hounds and then you have a whole other problem. So, but I think I would find a way to arm myself and somehow get the hell out of there. I don't know. That's just my gut feeling.
I I don't think I would survive. I just even watching this movie makes me want to act irrational because it's just you would feel like I would feel like a caged animal, and I don't know which one I would do. I would either just run, like just open the door and just run and die
Right.
pretty immediately, or I would just freeze and just stay in the room. And then they would have just walked in and killed me anyway. So I don't think I would be surviving, and I don't think I'd make any good decisions in this situation. I just don't think I'm cut up for it. It's just not. No, it's not happening.
I'm just assuming I would, but who knows what would really
Right.
happen, being in the moment there. Final girl, final boy. We have both combined. I'd give them an 8, especially considering that Amber endured a dog attack and Pat is still clinging to an arm that got shredded by a machete. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they deserve high marks. They fight for it. Um, Plus they kill Nazis. Like that's gonna bump their
they do.
score up anyway. So
Oh,
I'll give them
absolutely.
a solid 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your star grade on the movie?
This one's tough because like I don't want it's not a movie I want to watch a lot. Like it's a depressing one. So I want to give it 5, but I'm like probably should do more of like a 4, 4.5 maybe. I'll
Mhm.
do like a 4. It's really fucking good though, and I recommend any genre fan watch it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I give it a 4 as well. I think for the same reasons. It is dark and depressing. Some of the matter they deal with. It's hard to watch, but
Mm-hmm.
overall, yeah, it's pretty solid. So I give it a 4 as well. So
Yeah.
slasher survival tip: if you witness something you weren't supposed to see, you are no longer a bystander, you're a target. Don't wait for help, don't trust negotiations, and don't assume anyone's coming to save you. Your only job is to survive long enough to become the problem they can't control.
Hey,
So there it
that's
is.
that about wraps it up for you. That's what did you think? I just want to bring this up real quick because I read
Yeah.
some things online. Do you think they were in the wrong and that they were kind of complicit in everything by even performing there?
Hmm. Let's just say I would not have performed there if I was in
Right,
that band. Once I found out exactly what it was, and they had a good idea going into it, but especially after showing up and you see the swastika banners and all of the other neo-Nazi paraphernalia, I probably would have just turned around and not even gone in for my own
right,
personal safety, for one, but also because why would I want to support any place, any establishment that is that way, right?
right. Yeah, and like,
So
and
no,
I
I don't think I
totally,
would have.
yeah, I totally saw that, and I was like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. It's like,
Mm,
yeah, they took money from Nazis, like
yeah,
that's that. Yeah, I mean, sure, they tried to make their stance of Nazi punks fuck off, but at the end of the day, they played in a Nazi bar and took their money. I don't think I would have performed at all. Mostly over out of fear. I'd be like, I just want to like let's just get the fuck out of here. Like I don't want to be here. I don't want to be
right.
around these people. Um, so yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thing I was reading. I was like, oh yeah, I guess they kind of did kind of were complacent in everything. So I don't know. That was an
Yeah.
interesting
I mean,
view of it.
you also, though, I mean, I guess if you look at it from a financial standpoint, they're desperate,
Yep.
and this did pay well, so they were going to get a huge payday, but
Hmm.
um compared to what their other gigs had been, but still, was it worth it? Yeah, probably
I mean,
not. You probably could have found something else in town that would have paid the bills too. But yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, definitely wasn't worth losing their lives for. So
No, and 3 of the 4 did. I mean,
yeah,
Amber was just the friend. The only surviving band member was Pat. So yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Coming up, your scare preview. First, let's shout out to our good friend Courtney from Jaunty Haunts, who graced the Opening Kill podcast last week, sat in with us on our Sleepy Hollow episode. And Courtney has a secret that she kept for 30 years, and now it's out.
Yeah, she can do a little thing called see ghosts. So she's got a ton of stories about ghosts, some demons that she has encountered. For me, I find all of it incredibly just interesting to listen to, these stories, and she has all sorts of guests. I was a guest. That episode will be coming out, so stay tuned for that. We break down this cool little like shadow figure that a lot of people see. It's just a really fun podcast, and paranormal stuff is always so interesting to a lot of people. So if you like paranormal, Courtney's got you covered with Jaunty Haunts for sure.
Absolutely. Find Jaunty Haunts wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and look for season 3 of Jaunty Haunts coming to a podcast host near you.
The Scare Preview.
What's your scare preview, Michael?
So my scare preview is there was a ton of movies that premiered at South by Southwest that intrigue me and I want to see. But one that really kind of stood out is one called Kill Me. And we have the always incredible and usually funny Charlie Day starring in this one. It's also got Allison Williams, Giancarlo Esposito is in this one as well.
Oh my God.
And Charlie Day plays Jimmy, who has a history of like suicidal attempts, and he wakes up in a bathtub with slashes on his wrists, and everyone just assumes, hey, just another suicide attempt. But he's claiming, no, I didn't do this to myself. Someone tried to kill me. So it's this interesting whirlwind of, first off, do you even believe this guy? Is he a trustworthy narrator? Did he really just try to kill him, or is there really a murder out there? So it looks like this really just intriguing murder mystery movie with the unreliable narrator, which is always kind of fun. There is no release date on this, though. It doesn't have distribution quite yet, but it looks so good. So that's just one to like keep on your radar. And as soon as we know when it's going to be released, like, I'm pumped. It looks so good. And all the reviews out of South by Southwest are like really, really like top notch. So I cannot wait to see it. And I hope it gets distribution soon.
Yeah. So any movie that comes out that centers around Halloween is a winner for me. It always piques my interest. Love Halloween, love spooky season. So this film I'm looking forward to. It's a little bit confusing because it was made in 2022. It looks like it was released in the UK a couple of years ago, and now it's getting a release in the US. One source says it will be a streaming release, another is giving it a theatrical release. Maybe it's both, maybe it's just one or the other. But the film is called Happy Halloween. It's listed on Fandango at home, so if you have that service and you watch movies there, the trailer for that movie is there. The full film is not available yet. And I didn't see it on any of the other streaming platforms or any other buzz about it. So the release date details and the history are a little bit unclear. It was written and directed by Brittany Greer, and it's about a small Midwestern town that's celebrating its 300th birthday with festivities including a Halloween dance and corn maze. The previous All Hallows Eve, Hadley Briggs survived a brutal attack by her ex-boyfriend, which put him in prison. But now a new series of slayings has started with the masked perpetrator making grisly decorations out of their victims' body parts. So the trailer looks really, really good. It should be out in whatever form it's going to come out in just a few days. April 14th is the release date for Happy Halloween. So very intrigued. Again, I wish it was more clear as to where this was going to be.
Right.
I think it's going to be video on demand, but if it gets a theatrical release, great. But I'm also curious why they wouldn't give this a fall release. So I don't know.
Give a clear release date.
That's just it. I mean, I had to do a lot of research and a lot of digging to find where this was at, and if it did come out, and it looks like it was at a film festival and won some awards, and then IMDb says it was released in the UK in 2024. But yeah, so it's kind of strange. Sometimes movies, I mean, it happens like that, where it comes out in one region and then eventually it gets distribution, in another country or whatever. So I'm assuming that's kind of what's going on here, but the trailer looks good. It looks low budget, but that doesn't mean anything. So I'm excited to see what it's all about.
Hell yeah. That sounds interesting to me. I'm a sucker for Halloween movies as well. So sign me up.
Definitely. Hey, maybe it'll be on our spooky season fall schedule. Who knows?
Hey, who's to say? If it comes out and it's awesome, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you for joining us for our latest episode of Opening Kill. Great to have you here. Make sure you subscribe to us. Follow us on all the socials. We're on Instagram and Facebook. And the video version is out there on YouTube.
That's right. It certainly is. And if you are just an old school soul and don't want that fancy video nonsense, hey, that's totally cool. YouTube's got the audio only version as well. So you are covered there. So if you want, just subscribe to YouTube, hit that bell notification so you're always updated when we drop a new episode, and you will be set. And while you're at it, setting bell notifications, just hit up on an Apple Podcast subscription or Spotify, wherever you listen. just subscribe and leave a review as well. That helps a lot. And if you have a movie recommendation, we're winding down this season a little bit, but if you want something to sneak in there, we'll see what we can do. Just shoot us an email, openingkillpod@gmail.com.
All right. This was Green Room from 2015. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, we will see you next week with Opening Kill.
Opening Kill is produced by Mystic Cloud Productions and hosted by Brian O'Connor and Michael Duran. New episodes drop every Thursday wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And don't forget, you can watch the video versions on YouTube. See you next time. If you survive the opening.